Money earners, we need a seat. Pick your whole family mourners. When we're done with you, they're gonna have to pick your ass up at the corners. Me and my crew will hit you with that right left. Leave you toothless, yeah, cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this company that you cats in the ambulance. Food stamps, leave your clothes bloody and damn. Then we're swooping up your dreads. By the way, where I'm from. By the way, is where I'm from. By the way, is where I'm from. See, I'm repping that Madison Place media. My producer Gio likes the way I flow, look at encyclopedia. Whack cats are on me like bad bacteria. That they get attracted from a dusty free lunch cafeteria. Central Mass is where I reside, where you can't run and hide. I can verify, and we're statewide, leave you horrified because you're unqualified.
We live. All right, what's up, Total Riders? Let me just do the switcheroo here and switch up my audio to the microphone. How's that? Better? All right, welcome, guys and girls, to the weekly edition of the Turtle Boy Live Show. How's the crowd looking tonight? How we doing out there? We got a good audience coming? Excellent. All right. People are starting to roll in here. That's fantastic. All right. So, welcome. I've just shared the live stream link on the Philip V. Prentice page. Clarence Woods Emerson comes back Sunday morning next week. It's like 7. I looked at it. It's like 7 days and like 8 hours or something from right now. So we'll not be, for next week's show, we'll not be back in time. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter because we got Philip V. Prentice. So make sure you're following Philip V. Prentice where I shared this page. And our newest addition to the family, the Turtle Boy family, and that would be Cynthia Marie Sanchez, our official diversity consultant for the Turtle Boy show. Follow that. You can also follow the cover page. You'll notice that the Turtle Boy page is gone. It had a nice run, got almost up to 20,000 people. It has been unpublished because the butt hurts decided to report it over and over again, despite not violating any of Facebook's whatever. Here we are. It is what it is. I would recommend, guys, it's time to, we got too comfortable with Facebook there for a while. We forgot how freaking stupid they are. Let's not forget to do all the other things. Like, you can subscribe to the Reddit page. Laura and Ida run the Reddit page. I think it's got like 700, subscribers. Should be over 1,000 people on there. Get on the Reddit page. That never gets shut down. Follow us on Twitter. That would be at Turtleboy Tweets. They're doing a great job over there running the Twitter account. I can't go on Twitter. They can. Or, my favorite, just subscribe by email. Like, for instance, every blog on TV Daily News, and Turtleboy has these too, but definitely do the TV Daily News one, because that's where it's at now. There's a prompt in the top right-hand corner, if the FUPA computer lets us see it, and that shows you, there's like a little thing that says, sign up here to get an email. There it is, subscribe by email. If you sign up for that, you get an email every single time we publish a vlog. You want to be on that, trust me. It's going to be good times. All right, so without further ado, let's get this party started, shall we? How we like to start off every episode is with a little thing called roll call. Where you repping roll call. So let us know in the comments right now. And by the way, it's just me tonight. I'll explain that in 1 second. Let us know in the comments right now where you watching the Turtle Boy live show from tonight. Go. Let's see. What dumps are you people sitting in tonight? West Tadnick's in the house. Newton's in the house. Tucson Turtles in the house. Southbridge, Charlotte, North Carolina, West Springfield, Gardner. Ipswich is in the house. Walpole, West Roxbury, Connecticut, Alpine, Texas, Attleboro, Napa, California, Auburn, Taunton, San Francisco, Kansas City. Oh, we got a San Francisco followed by a Kansas City. Little tension there, little tension. Norton, Maine, Walpole, Manchester, Whitehorse Beach, Manamet, Randolph, Toronto, Westminster, Nashua, West Bridgewater, Abington, south of Dallas, Uxbridge. Where is that south? What town south of Dallas? What are the towns south of there? I've been to Dallas before. I like that city a lot. Uxbridge, Worcester, Lake Winnipesaukee, Brockton, Concord, Long Island, New York, another Brockton, Fitchburg, East Longmeadow, home of our good friend Rian Waters. Or is it? I don't know. Kansas City, Missouri, Groton, New Jersey. Let's see. Milwaukee's in the house. Milwaukee, that's a new one. Auburn's in the house. Taunton, Wisconsin, another Wisconsin. Jesus Christ, where are these Wisconsin people coming from? All right, so, and Willie Lee, remind me, I didn't save those images. Willie Lee, if you're out there, send Philip V. Prentice the pictures of Ryan's house, because you got to see this place, this house. It's unbelievable. It's exactly how you imagine it would be. So when we get into that segment, don't send it in the group text. Send it individually. That'd be great. All right, so if it's your first time with the program, welcome. I'd like to remind you guys all that we have two sponsors for this program. Let's start with our good friends over at Andrew Porter Contracting in Charlton. So, as you know, it's raining cats and dogs out there right now. It's probably doing a number on your roof. All right, while New England winters are with your roofs. It's literally the most important investment you have in your house, and you want it done right when you go to get a new roof. Nobody does it better than Andrew Porter Contracting in Charlton. They have a 5-star rating on Google, Angie's List, you name it. They're an Owens Corning preferred vendor. They do fantastic work, and you can see some of their work by simply liking their Facebook page, which is in the link of this live stream. And if you do enter to win, or like the page, you're automatically entered to win a free home security system, guys. A bunch of cool cameras. You can catch a ratchet stealing crap off your porch, send them into Turtle Boy. It's going to be awesome. Trust me. And literally all you have to do is like the page. They just give shit away. They do fantastic work over there. So if you are in the need of a new roof, make sure you give them a call. If not, go on there and like the page. Maybe you see something else that they do. Maybe you want to hire them for something. Who knows? But definitely I recommend them. Let them know the Turtle Boy sent you. All right. So, I am alone tonight because last minute, G.I. Turtle said he could not make it. So I have been, nothing against him, in the market to, have new hosts and stuff like that. I want to keep having a rotation of hosts on the program because I want to keep trying people out and seeing what people have. So if you're interested in co-hosting the live show with me or being a permanent guy, whatever, just send me an email, turtleboysports@gmail.com, and we can have you come out and try on sometime. Try out, right? You got to be, you don't have to be, just be yourself. Come on and say whatever you got to say. Give it a shot. Maybe you're a natural. We'll see what happens. All right. If you'd like to call in tonight because, I'm alone tonight, you're feel free to call Philip V. Prentice on the Facebook machine, and we can have a nice little chit-chat. All right. So let's get this party started, shall we, folks? First item up on the agenda. What do I want to talk about first? We got to talk about the pooper first, right? How can we not? Oh, and by the way, how can I forget? I will bring the freestyle back tonight if we can raise $150 in the super chat. I got a good freestyle lined up to Dr. Dre, explosive, and it involves all the topics that we're going to discuss here tonight. So $150 to the super chat. I go and I do a freestyle. Deal? Deal. All right, here we go. First topic up. Let's talk about this pooper out of Natick. So, you might have seen it in the news. It made national news. It was all over the New York newspapers and stuff like that. How can it not be? It's freaking hilarious. I don't care how old you are. Poop will always be funny. It's the one thing that, literally, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. We're up to $10. Literally, no matter how old you are, just those 4 letters thrown together, poop. It sounds funny. It is funny. It's hilarious. Just the whole concept of poop is funny. It's great. My crotch fruit gets in trouble in daycare all the time because he says poopy to everything. It's a problem. We've taught him it's a potty word, but I love to say it. They say to Alexa, they're experimenting with this now. The crotch fruits are. They say, Alexa, play poopy just to see what happens. And then Alexa starts playing this song called Poopy Stupid Butt. I try it. Ask your Alexa. Say, Alexa, play Poopy, and that will happen. It's a song called Poopy Stupid Butt that actually exists. But anyway, poo is especially funny in this story because this woman apparently has been, leaving her fudge dragons all over one particular parking lot 8 times. 8 times. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. 8 times this woman has dumped in the parking lot of a particular business in Natick. Why she's doing it, I don't know. She seems perfectly normal, at least to other people she did. Oh, Johnny Mac, geez. Excellent, thanks. We're very close. Oh, man, we're up to, 130 there, 145. We're only $5 away from the freestyle. Thank you, Johnny and Suzanne and Robert. I appreciate that. So, anyway, here's this woman. Her name, first of all, her name is Grocer, which seems very appropriate. And she is described by her lawyer as a pillar of the community. But she's literally been targeting this one business so often that you guys see how they caught her, by the way? It was absolutely hilarious. Oh, we're up to 150. We're doing a freestyle now. It's official. But this is a quote from the cops. At first, they thought it was an animal, but then they noticed toilet paper and other wipes, items animals would not have access to. Did they really have to say that at the end? Did they really have to say that? Like, I think we all kind of got the point that, that came from a human being, that they were wipes. I did not know that raccoons could not wipe their own assholes with toilet paper until I read that. So thank you for that. Also, animals don't like shit in parking lots. Animals shit in, grassy areas, dirt areas. At least they respect our pavement. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. So this woman gets caught doing it. They set up a sting. It happens so often. And they had no idea why she would defecate in the lot, and neither do I. It had just happened so often. They sat there and they put up cameras and shit. And at 6:51 a.m., police said, they roll up and they catch her just dumping there and then getting back in the car. I don't think she wiped her ass this time. She opens the door of her car so no one can see her. It is Natick. Natick's not like the boonies. Natick is on Route 9. There's a freaking big mall in there. A lot of traffic in Natick. I don't know where this particular store is. But you look at this chick, and she is, she's a regular-looking mom. She looks like she runs a lot. She's in great shape, clearly. And she dumps. I mean, all right. So, granted, I've done Boston marathons before. It's not pretty. Along the way, the Boston Marathon, when you got to go, you got to go. There's a lot of women. I saw a lot of women dumping. It's fucking disgusting, but it happens. But that is not the case here. If you're this isn't the Boston Marathon. If she really was running, which she wasn't, because they got her on tape getting out of her car, she wouldn't need to dump right then and there. So she just, drops trow, does her own thing. And all these people are what are they mad about? This drove me nuts. The Metro West Daily News puts out this, headline that's kind of funny. I think this story really stinks. That's what they said. Oh my God, guys. The Panera Bread Mafia was out in full force looking for heads. Let's read some of these comments, shall we? Now, this is going to be white girl voice. Mental illness is not the makings of a cute headline. Worse, you publish her address, ? That's not responsible reporting. I understand her address is public record, but no need of publishing it here. Be better, Metro West Daily. Yeah, you're right. So, because, they always publish addresses when they write about somebody who's been arrested, but we're supposed to make an excuse for the woman who dumps everywhere. She gets a pass for some reason. This horrific crime of literally there's nothing more disrespectful than that. She took a shit, people, dumped on the freaking guy's property. She targeted him with feces. It doesn't get any more disrespectful than that, right? We've all stepped in dog shit before. It's traumatic enough when you have a new pair of shoes like clockwork and you step in dog shit. Now imagine it's human shit.
That's like so much worse, in my opinion. My opinion. So, like, I agree. She's a shithead. The jokes just write themselves, don't they? So, more comments here. You must be kidding. This story really stinks. Are you really trying to be the national choir with subheadings like that? Ridiculous. You know what's ridiculous, Audrey M. Hall? Taking a dump in a parking lot 8 times. That's ridiculous. Not the heading of the story. She could either be going through something mentally, or it could be something such as not having a suitable or accepting place to do her business. What? What are you talking about? Jody Taylor Boudreaux. What are you talking about? You just go inside of freaking McDonald's and you take a dump if you need to take a dump. You don't take a dump 8 times? 8 times? Are you kidding me? I don't think people should be judged so much and publicized so much for something we are lucky to not have to struggle with. She looks so upset. Well, yes, she should be upset. She just got arrested for the most embarrassing crime possible, and she knows that this story is going to make headlines, not because it's like the worst crime in the world, but because it's the most hilarious crime in the world, because everyone knows poop is funny. That's why she left it there, because she thought it was funny. It's funny to poop on somebody's property. Get it? Maybe they'll step in it. I really hope the underlying issues were dismissed before humiliating her like this. Like, she had nothing to do with it. There's worse things the community could be concentrating on, and if they wanted to make an example of her, they could have put her name and pick name out. Shame. Well, first of all, you should be shamed. You dumped on public property. Of course, what are these people talking about? Name and address? Really? Definitely not going to pay for a subscription now. Bitch, you weren't paying for a subscription before. And if you were, you're a freaking moron. Who the hell would ever pay a dime to read the Metro West Daily News? Fuck out of here. This woman doesn't need to be humiliated. She obviously needs some help. Without going out her personal info, I'll just say she's a good mother who has had to deal with things that some of us are familiar with and some of us are not. Walk in someone else's shoes and find out the whole story before you humiliate someone. Yeah, I walked in shoes. I walked in her shoes and I stepped in human feces. Okay, now my shoes are ruined. Oi. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. I greatly appreciate that. Chris Riggs coming through. He's the man. So, first of all, I don't doubt that she's a good mother. Like, I'm sure she's a fine mother, whatever. That's what makes this story even more hilarious. And that is where the double standard comes in, folks. All these people in Metro West, all these white suburban house moms, how much you want to bet all of these women voted for fucking Hillary Clinton and they're all on board with the whole, Black Lives Matter and white privilege is a problem that we need to work on in our community, and we should have the METCO program in here to fix that, and we should totally work on our diversity and this and that. And then they don't say shit when anybody else gets publicly shamed on the Natick Police Facebook page, right? They don't say nothing when the black guy who gets caught selling drugs gets, his name and address out there. They don't give a shit about that. Until it's one of their own, until it's another white suburban house mom from Ashland, and now all of a sudden, we can't be saying nice things. That's really mean. Maybe she has mental illness. That is, by the way, the default excuse for white people in our society today. Every time a white person gone something crazy, it's always like, oh my God, mental illness is such a problem in this country. We need to totally address mental illness. First of all, what does that mean? How are you going to address mental illness? The only way to address mental illness is to take away people's freedom by giving the government the authority and the legality to literally take anybody that the government deems crazy and throw them in a loony bin and shoot them up with shit. That's how you address it. If you really want to address mental health. Otherwise, it's like we have our current system now where mental people it's up to them to seek help, but they don't do it because, they're fucking crazy. Gets in the way. Oi, how about humiliating and posting photos of all drunk drivers rather than humiliate this woman that clearly needs help? That happens all the time. Do you know how many blogs we've written about sloppy drunk drivers with hilarious mugshot photos? Go to Where sometime. See the clientele over there. Oi. What have you done? What you have done, nothing else to write about or any other pictures to print that won't hurt so much? No, it just goes on and on and on. Look at all these people, every single one of them. Blah blah blah. My feelings are hurt. She's a nice lady. Oh, and at the end it says, I love this comment from Mary Costa. A Trump society. Call people names and make fun of them. This is somehow Trump's fault. The woman shitting on the floor of a parking lot is somehow the fault of the president of the United States. Because if Hillary Clinton was president or Mitt Romney was president, somehow poop would not be funny, right? I mean, that's the insinuation they're making here. Like, what the hell are you talking about? This is a conservative news source. What on earth are you talking about? Anyway, there's no evidence she's mentally ill. I guarantee this is. I'd like to hear theories about the motive behind this, because the guy who owns the building says he doesn't know her. He has no idea who she is. This had to have been a revenge poop, right? I mean, that's the only way. What else could there possibly be? She targeted this business. Natick is 2 towns away. You have to go through Framingham to get to Natick from Ashland. So you tell me. She kept going to this business over and over again. Not in the summer either. In the winter, cold dumps. Cold dumps. She really was into this, guys. Like, she wanted to. This was malicious. You don't do that. You don't just shit on the same guy's property 8 freaking times unless there's some serious. What are people saying for theories? Def a revenge poop, but why? I bet that store owner knows her. He said he doesn't. He says he doesn't know her. Why would the store owner lie? Too much protein shake? Nah, that can't be it. That can't be it. Because it happens so many times, Yeah, how'd the conversation go with her? Is the husband in on the poop? I wanted that. Like, was the husband an accomplice to the pooping? These things need to be investigated. Was this a premeditated poop? It certainly seemed like it. How big was the dump? Was it like a big log, some nuggets, a little diarrhea in there? I'd like to learn more about this. How did she dump on command so easily so many times? How did she plan it out? It's like, if you don't have to dump, you don't have to dump. Like, this woman conveniently, whenever she was around this place, she always had to squirt one out. Come on. Yeah, the way she pulled her doors, she knew, like, she opened the doors up. And, like, this woman was trained in the art of a hit and run defecation. You don't, you practice this, She had toilet paper. Exactly. That's another good point, Meredith. She had toilet paper. This is obviously premeditated. Ashley's really big on the owner. She says, to protect his rep, the owner lied. There's no other reason why she kept going back. He knows something. What's his motivation to lie then? What's he covering up? I'd like to hear more about these theories. Maybe she has a fetish channel. Maybe so. Pretty wild story, though. Pretty wild story. All right, so that's our dumping story. An affair, huh? So she was having an affair. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe she was banging. Now, I don't want to spread rumors, but just a theory. What if she was banging the owner of the store, and then he dumped her, right? And she's like, I'll show you. I'm going to dump on you. You're going to dump me? I'm going to dump on you. How about that? That's a theory I like. Now that I say it out loud, that actually makes sense. She has 3 ex-husbands. I did not know that. I got to read up on this chick. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, I like more of this. Whew. All right, so let's go on to the next topic then, and we'll ponder that a little later on. Let's talk about, what do I want to talk about here? Let's talk about the Rian Waters email, because I want to get to this. And Bristol, I hope, talks about this tomorrow. She said she doesn't want to if I talk about it, but she'll do a better job than me, quite frankly, because she's vicious. And so we all know about Rian Waters now. People are like, why are you still blogging about him? You're just giving him attention he wants. It's like, well, I don't want to blog about him. But the problem is he's a pain. Like, he doesn't go away. He just keeps doing shit, right? And whatever. It's like, I want people to know what a piece of shit this guy is. And I'm honestly, he acts like he's like been so shamed and so embarrassed. But like, this blog has 3,300 views, right? That's nothing. That's like the lead. Like, we could write anything and get 3,300 views, right? The Rian Waters blogs don't get much traction because we've written about him so many times, but they really should get more because he's literally the most evil person on the face of the earth. Like, he is the epitome of pure evil. His ability to lie and say in this email he sends Bristol, which we're going to read in a moment. For those of you unfamiliar with the Rian Waters background, I'll give you a quick little recap here. I wrote about him, or somebody wrote about him. Like, I don't even remember the blog. It was like 3 years ago. And it was about his girlfriend at the time, his baby mama, Samantha, had posted on Facebook pictures of herself with a black eye, alleging that Rian had killed their dog, Luna. And the blog didn't even really shit on him that much as it shit on the whole air, like, why are they airing this kind of thing? Now, that was a wrong take. The blog should have shit on him, but it did not. It was actually, not even bad for him. And I didn't know who he was. He gets arrested because the necropsy report said that he kicked the dog in the back and killed the dog that way. He claims that a bookshelf fell on him, but there was no bookshelf that fell on him. That was a complete lie. He kicked the dog in the back after punching Samantha in the face after having a disagreement, because he is a violent sociopath, an absolute sociopath. And he gets the charges dropped because Samantha is intimidated to testify. Rian starts threatening her with DCF to take her kid, who he's paid no money in child support for whatsoever. This kid doesn't even know who he is. And he threatens her that the DCF is going to take the kid away. And he ends up getting the charges dropped because she's scared to testify. And then at which point he starts emailing me, trying to extort money out of me, telling me to take the blog down because he's been proven with his innocence and blah, blah, blah. And I just ignore him. And he sues me, and I ignore him some more, and he got a default judgment against me because I didn't think any court would take him seriously. I'm like, let's see what happens if I just don't respond. And I never did, and I got a default judgment against me. So then I had to go and hire an attorney, and we got it switched back. And, I didn't even think this was serious. I'm like, this is obviously not serious. But it turns out anytime you go to court, it's like serious. I learned the hard way there. And I got to pay thousands of dollars in legal fees to get this stupid, ridiculous defamation lawsuit dismissed in summary judgment, and I did in June, and I won. And he hasn't gone away. Instead of taking the L and going home, he has decided to file 2 bogus criminal complaints against me, both of which were thrown out by the court and found no probable cause for like witness intimidation, some other bullshit. Who knows? His whole thing is like, well, you write blogs, and then your blogs are public shaming devices, and because of that, I can't work, and I'm scared, and I'm like frightened. And to see this little shit stain in court, he's like 140 pounds. He's homeless, by the way. He doesn't have a home. I found out he doesn't have a car. I don't know where he sleeps at night. He's hungry. He's clearly like malnourished, and refuses to work. Refuses to get a job. His plan in life is to get some big settlement from me, which obviously he's too stupid to understand will never happen. Okay. But when you see him in court, he's so convinced that, he tells the judge, Your Honor, my ex-girlfriend, she actually stole $100,000 from me. $100,000? He's never had $100,000 in his life, ever. It's such an obvious lie. Like, you can't come up with a more believable number than that, dude. Give me a break. The last time we were in court, he kicked a freaking chair and said he was going to kill himself in 2 weeks. And he's still alive. So, I guess he can't even do that right. He can't even do that right. Like, he can't do anything. He literally is a failure. And obviously, I think we can all agree, and Ryan would probably agree too, I think. If you'd call in, I'm sure he would agree with this. Though, the world would be a better place without Ryan in it, obviously. I'm not saying that he should kill himself or anything, but facts are facts. Ryan, while he's alive, all he's done is kill dogs, beat women, abandon children, and then sue. He sued not only me, but the victim of the domestic violence, Samantha. He sued her too, just to get her in court. just so how he could, limit, show her that he still had some control over her. And where the hell are the women's rights groups? That's what I want to know with this. And where the hell are the animal rights groups? We do a lot for fucking animal rights groups in here. We go to bat we've done more for dog groups than anybody in the fucking country, right? We've done more for women's rights to protect the rights of victims of domestic violence than fucking anybody. And where the fuck are they on this story? That's what I want to know. This fucking sociopathic animal is out there killing dogs and beating women. And I haven't heard from a single fucking women's group. Not one, right? That allegedly care about them. Not one of them has reached out to Samantha. Not fucking one. And that is fucking disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. This guy's picture should be on every fucking newspaper in the country. He is a despicable animal with no humanity. That's what Rian Waters is. He is the humanization of pure evil, the personification of it. Like that is, he's not even a human. Like he is pure evil. So anyway, he decides that he's lost to me twice. He's going to try to appeal it, and he thinks this is going to the Supreme Court. And he's going to go after Bristol instead. Why is he going after Bristol? Well, here's why. Bristol came into court with me to be a witness at the last criminal complaint. And at the criminal complaint, she was there with me, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that. And he is going after her now to send the message that if you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to go after you. If you try to help out Aiden, I'm going to go after you. And so that's why he's going after her. And so the problem is he doesn't have her address. And first of all, Ryan's address, as my friend Willie Lee has shown us here, I couldn't find it on the map. But he lives out there. Western Mass Willie. And Western Mass Willie sends me images of 199. What street is Allen Street in Longmeadow? Because you have to put your freaking, whatchamacallit on here. Let's see. There it is. This is what he has listed as his dumpy fucking house. Now, obviously, he doesn't own this house. He doesn't pay rent or anything like that. And I think the people that live here might have sent us in a story a while back about that South Shore Turtle girl did. No, that was Palmer. That's a different house. I don't know who the hell lives in this house. Or maybe is it boarded up? I can't even tell, Willie. Does anybody live here? I mean, there's a car in the driveway. I don't know who the hell lives here. Should we call Ryan and ask him? I mean, I texted him why because he has to put his phone number down. Let me see if I can find his phone number here. Where is Mr. Ryan? He's got a. Is this him? No, that's not him. Okay, here he is. So his phone number 530-739-8951. We are going to call him. Let's give him a call. What a pussy, huh? What a scaredy. I mean, he doesn't like when men go back. He doesn't like when men contact him and call him and stuff like that. He's frightened. He prefers women and dogs.
0739895 is not available.
Okay, so he's chickening out. So let's read the email, shall we, that he sent to Bristol. Because this is one of the most ridiculous things. He asked for her address. Obviously, she's not just going to give it to him. She's like, he's like, do you live at this old address? Because that's all he's got. She's like, no. We have a hearing on February 26th at 10 a.m. I'll talk to the clerk and try to get Partridge Lane served, but I'll send the whole complaint to you if you'll accept email service. No. She's like, why would she do that? Like, why? Like, no, do your fucking job, Ryan. You're harassing her. And let's see what it says in this email, shall we? Because this is literally one of the most... I read this, and I was fucking enraged that somebody... It just shows how there's no level of depravity that he will not sink to. All right, so this is what he writes. Misleading a person with information about a crime would be an additional offense. Offer stands, but if you insist, I will file a new lawsuit for intentional infliction of emotional distress against you as a Jane Doe and Aiden. Then I will immediately depose Aiden to get the address. No, you fucking won't, you stupid motherfucking bitch. I'm not getting deposed. There's not going to be a fucking lawsuit. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You're not a lawyer. You just go into the fucking library because it's the only place you can get free heating. And you spend your days thinking you know what you're talking about, Ryan. But you don't. A normal person, after losing so many times in court, might think, gee, maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But not you. You just keep going because you're a fucking dumbass and you're a sociopath. And by the way, folks, people think I'm kidding about this. He has every single making of a killer, of a murderer. I'm not saying he's murdered anyone yet, but he will murder somebody down the line. I have no doubt about it. He is a sociopath. He has a complete inability to admit that he's done anything wrong. Nothing. He can rationalize any behavior of his and just convince himself that he's telling the truth, right? So let's read this and see what happens here. So he's threatening lawsuits against me in Bristol if she doesn't do something like that, which is a threat. FYI, the day Samantha robbed me, she said the biggest reason she was doing that was because I believed her blank molested my daughter. So she said her father, right? He is now accusing. This is what a piece of shit he is. Accusing her father, who, by the way, helped raise Ryan's daughter. Ryan's special needs daughter who has health issues. Well, he abandoned her. And now he has the nerve to accuse this guy of molesting his own granddaughter. Unfucking believable. A year before the incident, Samantha was working on the mountain 2 hours away from home. I had to drop someone off at the airport that was 90 miles away. My instincts told me, and first of all, no you didn't, told me to bring my daughter, but the dad convinced me to leave her with him. I told him not to change her diaper, told him I would be back quickly. I drove extremely fast and made it back in less than 2 hours. When I got back, the TV was on the loudest possible setting, and he wasn't wearing anything besides pajama pants. He changed her diaper 3 times while I was gone. And without saying a word to me, he went to the side of the house and didn't talk to me for weeks. Starting that night, my daughter fought diaper changes for just under a year. And me and Samantha... Okay, stop right there. First of all, I guarantee this guy's probably never even changed the diaper. He hasn't been with the daughter consecutively for a year. So you know that's all bullshit. It said me and Samantha cleaned spots of blood out of Lila's diaper for about 9 days. I brought him to the dad to the mountain the next day and told Samantha if she let him alone with my daughter again, I'd ... I told her doctor and Lila's social worker about it. But Lila was such a sensitive child, it didn't seem worth pursuing criminal charges. That's the real reason Samantha and I drift apart in August 2018. No, first of all, Ryan, you drifted apart in January of 2017 when you punched her in the face and killed the dog. That's the real reason that you drifted apart. All right. Oh, no, it's a different thing here. But let me just stop right there real quick. If you thought that your daughter was being sexually abused and then you didn't call the cops, you're admitting there that you were negligent. You could be criminally charged for that, dumbass. But of course, you're making it up anyway. I mean, think of how fucking sick that is. For your own daughter to make up a lie like that. Such a personal, detailed lie. And he has a picture of this girl on his GoFundMe, a girl he abandoned who doesn't even know his fucking name. Right? And I know he's recording this and he's going to try to play it in court. Ryan, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit, Ryan. Because I got the law on my side, buddy. And you don't. And everybody knows who you are at this point. Everybody in Hamden District Court, they all know who you are. I know you think that, we got the DA in our pockets. I don't know the fucking DA. I don't know who the hell they are. I'm not even from Western Mass. Right? How about this, Ryan? They don't like you because you kill dogs and punch women. How about that? That's probably why they don't like you. He goes on to say, "Was there static? Is it bad?" Yeah. Now let me switch the audio then. Try this. Is it still static? Still staticky? It is still staticky. Okay. No stat. Okay, we're good now. Okay, cool. All right. So he goes on to say, in August 2018, the dad had Lila buck naked in a small pool in front of their house. How would he even know that? I was in a work truck. I was working on a house around the corner. No, you're lying. You haven't had a job in years. You readily admit that. It's one of the reasons that you sued me, is because you said you couldn't find work. I mean, I love his stories. How he's always like in control, driving people to the airports, working, construction, around the corner, this and that. Like, he's not a complete degenerate piece of shit loser who sits on his fucking ass all day and said, "Oh, doesn't that feel good, Lila? Good thing Daddy's not around and I can touch you whenever I want." I mean, how fucking sick and evil do you have to be to make up that story about a person? First of all, that's not even remotely believable. Thank you very much, Meredith. That's not even remotely believable to say that, oh, well, like, Ryan's not around. Now I can molest you, little girl. Let the molesting begin. Ha ha ha. Good thing Ryan, the hero, isn't here to save you, but yet he is here to save you because he can hear this conversation and he's doing nothing about it. I mean, that's what he wants. The fuck is wrong with him? So it goes on to say more. And by the way, all this time spending on these lawsuits, he could be, taking care of his kid, getting a fucking job. But he doesn't want to do that because this is what he's doing now. I mean, I hate even wasting much time on him, quite frankly. But Bristol just nailed him with this blog, and I do hope she talks more about this tomorrow. But she brings up all his messages. He is the classic sociopathic narcissist who, weeks after kicking the shit out of her, writes all these messages to her about, please stop the threats. You promised on camera in the beginning of October 2015 that we would break up like adults. Why would he promise? Why would that be on camera, Ryan? Right? Please tell her about more about the seizure. I have meds for her if you want them. Shut the fuck up. You don't have shit. I'll love you both forever and always. I have to unfollow you now. Your aunt just threatened to frame me on some new shit. Can we please be friends again soon? I got a damn good libel defamation case against Turtle Boy Sports. Damn good. This is 3 years ago. Damn good. How'd that turn out, Ryan? I thought it was damn good. What happened to your damn good libel case that was so good it couldn't even make it to trial? It got dismissed before trial. That's how good it was. I would much rather you be on my side, but she don't want to be on your side because you kicked the shit out of the girls. And because she wouldn't back him up, he sued her too. He goes on in the email. I also want to point out that my daughter's first day in week seizure-free happened while Samantha was working away on the mountain. I put everything I had into figuring out what was wrong and how I could help. When Samantha robbed me, Lila was 8 months seizure-free. But when Lila is having the worst seizures of her life. So basically, when Ryan's around, he fixed her seizures because he's a fucking miracle worker too, isn't he, guys? Is there anything he can't do besides get a job? There's only 2 reasons Lila would have seizures. I'm not even going to read that bullshit. Evidence I would have presented if it wasn't for your articles. So the article she wrote on him was in February of last year. And he's suing her for witness intimidation or trying to get a criminal complaint because of witness intimidation because she wrote a fucking blog about him. She was so intimidated by him. He was so intimidated by this chick, by a woman, that he went almost a year with doing nothing. And now that she shows up to court with me, he files this against her. Because, by the way, he tried to file a criminal complaint against me, and they told him to fuck off. And that's why he thinks that, like, I have them in the bag there, right? Investigative notes showing Samantha lied about the cabinet. No, she didn't. Shut up. There's nothing here. You know, jail phone calls where Samantha admits she knew I was innocent and that she was blocking me from leaving. She also acknowledged the cabinet. No, she didn't. It's all just a fucking lie, dude. You're an absolute fucking liar. So, I mean, read the reports. I urge you guys to go and read this. He's fucking evil. I don't even want to spend any more time on him. What I do want to do right now is take a moment here to remind you guys about our other advertiser, right? Our other sponsor. And you see Chris Riggs in the comments. He's a great guy. His business, Garage Doors Plus in Quincy, I cannot say enough good things about them. If you have an old rickety garage, or if you have like a business, commercial, big property that you want to get some garage doors installed, you know, you're looking to expand production, receiving, whatever. You just need a new garage door. You want to get with the times. Call our friends up at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. They will come over that day. They'll pretty much go anywhere in New England, except for Coleraine, because no one owns garages in Coleraine. And they will come over that day. They will give you a price that is so fair, it will blow your doors off. No pun intended. You're probably going to hire them on the spot, and they're going to do the job that day. And you need to make sure you tell them, though, that Turtle Boy sent you, because at the end of the day, you're going to get a nice little clicker. You're going to press it. Boom, garage door goes up. Press it again. Boom, garage door goes down. You can find them online, gdplus.com. That's Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. All right, so let's go on to the next topic, because I'm all Rian Watered out here. I'm fucking done with him. I'll roast him in the freestyle. Let's talk about the Raiders thing, because this is an update on the Kylie Kirkpatrick story. I like this one. All right, so we talked about this, I think, on the live show the other day, but lying, scheming, Kylie Kirkpatrick. How's that? By the way, whoever owns this property, they should call up our good friends at Andrew Porter Contracting, because that roof is disgusting, and that's, who knows? It needs a whole renovation. Don't even get me started on that one. All right, so we know that this lying con artist, criminal, Kylie Kirkpatrick, who, by the way, has had a rough week in Napa. She had a couple court dates this week. People took out restraining orders against her. She is using my name now in court documents, trying to, like, you know, my name's being listed now in California courtrooms, apparently, because she's saying that, you know, these people who are taking out restraining orders against her are colluding with Aiden Carney, who's a known racist, and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what, Kylie? The jig is up. I mean, she gets tickets somehow to the Super Bowl. Probably worth $25,000, right? Her crotch fruit Ryan gets it right there. And there's Jim Plunkett, Hall of Fame quarterback from the Raiders, behind him. She gets to meet him. I doubt the kid even knows who he is. And they're going to Miami. There they are with the tickets. I don't even know what team this kid pretends to like. Whoever can probably pay him the most money. I don't know how you can be both a Raiders fan and a Niners fan, but it is what it is. And here is the press release that I recorded, because it's gone now. Let's watch it. Switch this audio.
This is allowance money with a California boy who paid off his classmates' lunch debts.
He asked his mother to find out the amount his mates owed.
He used his allowance money, which he would normally use to buy sports gear, and gave it all to the school. The story caught the attention of California's governor, who signed a bill guaranteeing all students, no matter what, would receive a hot lunch.
First of all, can I talk about Governor Newsom? Just what a fucking tool bag this guy is. You think Charlie Baker's bad? Just look at this tool bag. Never wears a tie. He's like, look at this fucking dude. He doesn't even look human. He's literally a fucking Ken doll. He's one of those guys, he wants to be Andrew Yang, but he just doesn't have it. Thinks he's fucking slick. You know, one of those, I'm a male feminist dudes, like I'm fucking woke. I was the mayor of San Francisco, and, talk about pooping. Talk about that lady from Ashland. She'd love San Francisco. Oh, let me tell you. So anyway, here he goes. There he is signing the bill, feeling great about himself, all based on a fucking lie that this kid told. This kid told that his mom coached him that he gave his allowance money to pay off school lunch debt. It came from a GoFundMe, not his allowance. And it paid off debt that did not need to be paid back, that gets eaten by the school district anyway. And it's all a fucking lie. Everything's a lie. And he's here signing a bill to fix a problem that doesn't exist. And Ryan benefits from it.
What's up, Ryan? This is Alec Ingold, number 45 with Oakland Raiders. I heard you stepped up in a big way recently, helping out with some lunch money.
Look at that face. Like, first of all, oh my fucking God. I don't want to shit on a kid too much, but I fucking hate this kid, and I know I'm not alone with this one. Because, first of all, oh God, the haircut, I can't even look at it. This kid is only 10 years old, so it's not entirely his fault, but he's a little shithead. He's been literally kicked out of leagues for swearing and calling coaches the N-word. And the kid's got no discipline. You saw what he did to that door. Fucked up the door of the house that they destroyed with their fucking fake training dog. And this spoiled little brat, this little shithead 10-year-old, who's literally the epitome of a kid who Santa would never fucking visit because he's naughty as shit. He does everything wrong as a child and gets rewarded for it. This kid gets fucking everything and is paraded around by the media like some cute fucking hero. He's not even fucking cute. My kid's a billion times cuter than this, and he doesn't lie to the media for profit. And I understand it's his mother's putting him up to it, so it's not entirely his fault, and he is a victim somewhat in this. But I don't like him. I just don't like this kid. So he gets all this shit. There's some no-name.
As a young guy, already knowing what to do.
Like, who the hell's this guy? They bring out the fullback no one's ever heard of before. They give the tickets, do some PSA about, oh, I heard you're doing some great stuff with lunch. That's all they know. They don't actually look into it. This is just like mandatory public service announcements that NFL teams agree to do with the community. It's contractual obligations. And they're like, okay, so what am I doing today? What am I doing to read for? What's this kid did? Something with school lunch? He's feeding the hungry? Okay, cool. Let's do it. And then they're going to go home and take a bath in my money. So, watch this.
How to help out in your community. So, we wanted to introduce you to Super Bowl MVP, Jim Plunkett.
There's no way this kid knows who Jim Plunkett
Hello,
is.
Ryan. How are you?
Does she even fucking know who he is? Oh my fucking God. Look at her. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just like a regular mom. I'm not. Like, she feels so good about herself because she's conned everyone. At the end of the day, all Kylie Kirkpatrick is a crackhead, essentially, a drug addict who lost both of her kids initially, one permanently, the older one, the other one temporarily, doesn't fucking work, is a complete ratchet, gets evicted from places, but because she pulls shit off like this, she comes across as like the loving, caring mother. But a ratchet at the end of the day, even in, sheep's clothing, is still a ratchet. She's a fucking ratchet. Oh my God, I'm like a great mom. Oh, shut the fuck up, Kylie. We see right through you.
Quite a generous and noble thing you did for your fellow classmates.
He didn't do anything.
On behalf of the Raiders, I'd like to present you with 2 Super Bowl tickets for this year's Super Bowl.
Oh my God. Oh, this fucking kid.
I'm really excited. My heart's beating so fast. I love it.
Oh God, I hate you, kid. So anyway, the update on that. The Raiders have taken down the video, like literally hours after we posted it. It was taken down. I called their, you guys saw I left voicemails on all 5, I don't know if other people did too, on all 5 numbers I could find for media relations, and it's gone. Now, I'm sure he's still going to the Super Bowl. They're not going to take that back. And we'll see when she posts. She'll definitely post about it. There's no way she can't post about it. We'll get more content out of this, I'm sure. But it's very interesting that the Oakland Raiders decided they obviously got the message. They heard from us, and they took it down, right? They knew that this is bullshit. They know they're participating in bullshit, and they go forward with it because they're the fucking Raiders. They're kind of a joke, too. No offense to my Raiders fans out there. You know, I know that some of the Napa people, I don't know why you guys like the Raiders. You guys have the San Francisco 49ers right there. The Niners, like, you know, they've had some down years here and there, but they're the Joe Montana franchise, and they've made Super Bowls also in recent years, too. Like, during the Kaepernick years, they made the NFC Championship 3 times. The Oakland Raiders are a fucking joke. Since the Tuck rule, they've made the playoffs once, I believe. Once. They are literally one of the biggest jokes in the NFL. I don't know if you have 2 teams in one area like that, why you'd pick the shitty team. I don't know. It's like Mets fans. Like, why would you do it? Like, why? I don't get it. But anyway, so that's interesting that they took that down. I'm happy to see that they clearly got the message, and you know, I take some satisfaction in that. She's still being investigated. I'm confident they're going to arrest her because they are putting a lot of time and effort into this, and they're not fucking around. This community hates her. She has brought shame to them, and she's going down, baby. Trust me, she's going down. Oh, Jennifer says we mass blasted the phone numbers and emails. Hey, it works. It works. It works. Is that count as cancel culture? I don't think. She deserves to be canceled, though, because cancel culture shouldn't happen to people. Cancel culture is when, like, you know, completely innocent people who said something slightly offensive
years ago on Twitter lose their job. That's cancel culture. This is a woman who's, like, completely fraudulent who deserves to be canceled because she's a fucking liar and a scam artist and needs to be called out on it. All right, so let's go on to the next thing, shall we? Let's talk about the Aaron Hernandez documentary. Yes, leave site. All right, so you guys, how many people here in the comments have watched the Hernandez documentary? I'm fascinated by murders in general. I'm a Dateline guy. Everybody knows that. Wasn't on last night for some reason. Their stupid figure skating was on. But I find murders fascinating. The mind of murderers, I find I'm drawn to it, right? And obviously the fact that one of the best players on the Patriots, a guy who would have been Super Bowl MVP, had Wes Welker just caught that fucking ball, or Mario Manningham not caught that ball, would have been the Super Bowl MVP, just turned into a fucking murderer. That's fascinating. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, why are they doing this? I find it fascinating. Of course I'm going to watch it. Now, it was done by Dan Wetzel, and, you know, it was better than previous documentaries about, no, this is not the right one. It was better than previous documentaries about Hernandez in that they had, like, a lot of tapes from jail, like his phone calls from jail. Hernandez did, and they were wild, man. They were wild. You hear this guy talk to Shayanna Jenkins, to friends and stuff like that. Like, it didn't faze him at all being in jail, and that's what the sheriff of Bristol County said. Hodgson, the infamous Trump guy, he said that, you know, when Hernandez moved into his cell for the first time, like, he just made himself at home. He seemed to like it, and he found that. He was expecting this guy to be, like, suicidal. Like, you just lost everything. You were just arrested for murder. Your career with the Patriots is over. It's done. And he just didn't give a shit. And that's cold-blooded, man. This guy is a cold-blooded killer. Now, the big thing people are fascinated with was, like, why? The why of this all. And the most common thing is CTE, which I'll get to in one moment. But also, some people are saying, well, he killed himself because Jerry Callahan, Kirk Minahan, and Michelle McPhee on the Kirk and Callahan show, she, quote-unquote, outed him. She said that Hernandez is gay and that he killed Odin Lloyd because Odin Lloyd knew he was gay and was telling people about it or whatever. He's going to silence him. I don't buy that theory. I do buy that he's gay, 100%. But I don't buy the theory that Hernandez was, silencing Lloyd because he's got. I don't think Aaron Hernandez cared that people found out he was gay, quite frankly. And he wasn't going to kill somebody because of that. I just think at the slightest sign of disrespect, Aaron Hernandez will kill the motherfucker because he's a sociopath. He's a sociopath. And this documentary blames it a lot on that. So they try to put it on Kirk and Callahan and Michelle McPhee, which is freaking absurd. It's a murderer. They're like, you heard about it in jail, and then he killed himself. Who cares? Even if that was true, who cares? He's a fucking murderer. Good riddance. See you later. He's not a good person, Aaron Hernandez. He's no law. If he wasn't catching touchdowns for the Patriots, he's no use for me. I feel the same way about Gronk. Every time I see Gronk on TV or on New Year's Eve doing Gronk shit, I'm like, I was amused by the Gronk shit when he was on the Patriots. That was amusing to me when he was catching touchdowns. Now every time I see Gronk, I'm just like, go away. I don't need to see you anymore. You're not catching passes on the Patriots anymore. You're nothing to me. Okay? See, well, I'll support you getting in the Hall of Fame. Other than that, I don't want to fucking hear from you. So, anyway, the big thing was CTE. And a lot of people are saying, well, he had CTE, record amounts of it, blah, 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 blah. And maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. However, what I think, first of all, he didn't play football for that long. He was 23 years old the last time he put on a helmet and pads. 23. How bad could his fucking CTE? I mean, give me a break. He also played most of his time in high school, right? And in high school, he was much bigger, stronger, and faster than everyone else. How the hell are you going to get CTE from that? Anyway, they said he had it, whatever. In my opinion, he is a sociopath who is just cold-blooded. Like I said before, some people are just cold-blooded. Hernandez is one of those people. They show video in this whole documentary of the morning after, and they're literally like passing around the child, Hernandez's child, the next day. So if the whole thing was Hernandez didn't kill Odin Lloyd, Ernest Wallace or Carlos Ortiz killed him, it had to be one of them, right? Then if you saw that happen, like all of a sudden, oh shit, my buddy just killed my future brother-in-law, just fucking killed him, you fucking psycho. You're gonna hand your baby to him? Give me a break. Hernandez orchestrated the whole thing. Those two guys went along for the ride because they're tough guys from back home, and that's it. That's it. Hernandez was the psychopath. And the second murder in Boston, yeah. What was the commonality between the Boston murder and the North Attleboro murder? The commonality was Aaron Hernandez. He was the only person who was at both of them with guns, and then that's it. And they have him on video outside of the club in Boston, all fucking mad, running around with Alexander Bradley, who was a true fucking gangster. Like, Aaron Hernandez is petrified. I think he killed himself because he's scared of Alexander Bradley personally. Because that dude, when you see him testify against Aaron Hernandez in court, like, he was gonna kill that motherfucker. Alexander Bradley is like Sideshow Bob with Bart Simpson. Like, he was just literally every day he wakes up and he's like, how am I gonna kill Aaron Hernandez? How am I gonna get him? Because Aaron Hernandez shot him in the fucking face and left him to die. And then Alexander Bradley called him the next fucking day and is like, I'm alive, motherfucker. And then Aaron Hernandez shit his fucking pants from that point forward. And the only reason he didn't get convicted is because he had high-priced attorneys, the scummiest lawyer in the country, Jose Baez, with some other scummy attorneys like George Leontire. And they got him off on it because they pinned it on Bradley. And Bradley was a questionable witness that you couldn't really trust. And yeah, it was what it was. So anyway, yeah, like I said, thousands of players have CTE. Nobody else fucking does this. Like Junior Seau had it. I believe Junior Seau killed himself, right? Like that would be an understandable thing with CTE to kill yourself. But to kill other people, it's like, no, you're just a piece of shit who thinks he's King fucking Kong, you know? So anyway, one of the guys who was on the thing, one of the stars of the show, they had a lot of his like childhood friends, and they try to humanize Hernandez and make him out to be this sympathetic person. He's not, and that's what pissed me off about it. And the two people that did it the most were these two. Tim Sansucci and his son, Dennis Sansucci. Guido's from Bristol, high school teammate of his. And, you know, they were good buddies in high school. There they are at the prom together doing their thing. And he is claiming now that he, you know, whatever, he fucked around with Hernandez in high school. Well, him and Cheyenne Jenkins were high school sweethearts, right? So basically he's like, yeah, I mean, you know, that was a girlfriend, then I sucked his dick a little in the locker room. Big deal. And one of his exact quotes from the documentary is, the minute, he says he's the quarterback, the minute we stepped on the field together, it was the two best players, quarterback and tight end, ready to rock and roll. Let's watch this clip. Actually, let me set the settings here, the microphone on. Yeah, Hernandez definitely owned at least one flat brim Chicago Bulls hat. I think we can all agree on that.
On the football field together, it was the two best players, quarterback, tight end, ready to rock and roll.
Quarterback, tight end, ready to rock and roll. Now, you'll notice here, watch this highlight video. First of all, it's funny to watch the Hernandez highlight videos. So there's Sansucci and there's Hernandez in the middle. Notice number 7 over here. Remember that number. It's funny to watch Hernandez in high school because he's just so much bigger than everyone else and faster. Obviously, he's a great player.
Tight end.
This is one of the things I enjoyed most about the documentary, is watching the highlights of the high school stuff. So there he is, catching the ball from number 7. That doesn't look like Sansucci. Sansucci wore number 11. Interesting.
Every single thing he did.
Maybe that was just one play.
He was different.
Oh, there's number 7 again, throwing it to him. There's number 7 again. It's always number 7, isn't it? It's never number 11.
Was Albert Einstein when it came to X's and O's.
So that's interesting. So there goes Hernandez doing his thing. And you look up Dennis Sansucci, and it says on his bio, running back, linebacker. That's not quarterback. That's interesting. Rushing yards per game as a running back, 11. Total touchdowns, 2. Okay. Average 2.9 yards a carry. Those are terrible, terrible numbers. And did he ever play quarterback? Yes, he did. If you look at here's his career numbers, right? His senior year, he threw 1 pass for 25 yards. That's it. 1 pass. His junior year, so he's the same grade as Hernandez, he threw 38 for 82, which is a terrible percentage. Terrible. And he played in 4 games. So that would suggest that he was indeed the quarterback for the football team. But he didn't play his seniors. So that's interesting. Because Hernandez, his senior year, had great numbers. 62 catches, 1,346 yards, 16 touchdowns. Well, who the hell was throwing it to him? That would be number 7, Matt Coyne, who was not featured in the documentary, probably because he's not seeking fame and now claiming to be Hernandez's butt buddy from high school. And he's also listed, by the way, on Max Preps as the quarterback. So there's that. There he is in the corner. Okay. And there he is, like I said. They got him throwing all there. Matt Coyne is actually a beast when you look at his numbers. So that explains those 4. He was a year below them, too. So that junior year where Sansucci played in 4 games, right? Remember, he said some people are saying, well, you're being nitpicky here. He said he was the quarterback. No, he didn't say he was the quarterback. He said this.
Man, we stepped on the football field together. It was the 2 best players, quarterback, tight end, ready to rock and roll.
The 2 best players, quarterback, tight end, ready to rock and roll. You weren't the 2 best players on the team. Matt Coyne was obviously better than you. He was younger than you, and he took your job from you. It was really his job really to begin with. He probably got in junior year and played 4 games, probably because Matt Coyne got injured. How do we know this? Let's look at the Bristol all-time passing leaders. DJ Hernandez, his brother, who played at UConn, was the top guy before Matt Coyne got there and fucked shit up. Matt Coyne, as a sophomore, threw for 1,781 yards. This is the year, this was Sansusi's junior year, that Sansusi played 4 games. Probably because Matt Coyne got injured, and that's why he had less passing yards that year. Probably. Then the next year, Hernandez's senior year, he throws for 2,388 yards. And most impressive to me was the fact that as a senior, Matt Coyne, without Hernandez, threw for even more yards. I mean, it's easy to throw for a lot of yards as a high school quarterback when you have an NFL player on your team, no? But to just lose, that guy and improve, hats off to Matt Coyne. I mean, I'd like to talk to him. I'd love to get him on the live show. But he's not claiming to be Aaron Hernandez's butt buddy, so the media has no interest in him. And by the way, it's also funny, the fact that, DJ and Aaron Hernandez both went to the school, and neither is the greatest player in school history. The greatest player in Bristol Central High School history is whoever the fuck Tim Washington is. Get me this guy on the show. Look at those freaking numbers. 2,000, in the year 2000, he rushes for 3,005 yards. The next year, 2,711. He's also the 4th all-time in 1999 at 1,990 yards. This guy rushed for like 10,000 yards in his career. Hernandez is not even the greatest player in his school's history. That's insane. So what does this have to do with anything? Well, I'm sorry. You lie about one thing, can you be trusted to tell another thing? All of a sudden, this guy's coming forward and he's like, yeah, I fucked around with Aaron Hernandez. I'm bisexual. First of all, I don't even believe, and this is a controversial opinion, I suppose. I don't even think bisexual is a thing. I think they're making it up. Bisexual. No, you're gay. Stop it. There's no such thing as bisexual. If you're a dude who likes to get pegged by other dudes, first of all, it's bold, brave, and beautiful. Congratulations on that. Secondly, that means you're gay. You're not bisexual. You don't actually like chicks. You like the idea of, putting your pee-pee in holes. That's fine. Bold, brave, and beautiful. And you're like, well, if it's a vagina, whatever. Just, think about dudes while you're doing it. And that doesn't mean you're bisexual. You're still gay. You understand that? There's no such thing as bisexual. And it wouldn't surprise me if this guy is actually gay and he had a crush on Hernandez. But I don't think for a second, I don't believe that for a second he had a relationship with Hernandez. I think Hernandez is gay as shit. But why would you come out now all of a sudden and say it? Why? Where was this before? Really easy to do it when Hernandez is dead and can't deny it, no? So, anyway. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, that's just my take. I don't know if you guys agree with me, what people think in the comments. Anybody have? Feel free to share your theories. I'll read my favorites on here about Hernandez and is this his butt buddy? Did he actually, did they fool around in high school? Who knows? Because I'm sorry, you lie about one thing. It's a pretty big lie to say that we were the best players in the team. Rocking and rolling. Not so much. He was right. Matt Coyne and Aaron Hernandez were rocking and rolling for sure. For sure. But, definitely not you, though. Not you at all. All right. What am I looking for here? Oh, let's go to, I want to show you guys, I'm going to pull up a video in a moment while I read these comments. He's saying it for clout. Yeah, exactly. Some people just like attention. And the dad felt dishonest to me, too. The comments, the comment of him saying ready to rock and roll should be the intro into your show every time. I like that. Yeah, I agree completely. Do I have the mic on here? What's the audio setting on right now? Okay, good. All right. Let me show you guys here. Have you guys heard the David Levitt? Unk, is Chris Riggs really Edelman's twin? They do look alike. They're about the same size, too. But I don't know. Chris is better at, building garage door systems. And Julian Edelman's better at catching balls. So everybody has their own talents. Tim Washington went to Syracuse but didn't excel on the football team. He then went to BC in the UMass. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you, Suzette. That's very interesting. I like that. All right, so let me, you guys, the David Levitt 911 call is the greatest thing I've ever heard. This douchebag who called the cops on Target Tori because she would not, he let him steal a toothbrush, which was, it had a 1 cent marker on it because it was a display item that wasn't actually for sale, and everybody knew that. And he wanted it for a penny, and she wouldn't sell it to him for a penny. So he calls the cops. And this is the audio recording of that incident.
You have reached the Swansea Police Department's recorded line. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For dispatch or routine police business, press 1. For the chief, press 2. For the detective division, press 3. For vehicle fleet maintenance, press 4. For all other calls, press 0 or stay on the line. Thank you.
This is a real call, guys. A real call.
Please wait a moment.
I love the holding. Hold on. That's one of the funniest parts about this phone call is the holding music that the Swansea police use.
Hello, dispatch officer Stone.
Hi, this is not an emergency at all, but I'm at the Target in Swansea trying to make a purchase, and they have it advertised as a price, and they're not honoring the price, and the store manager is saying that they can't honor the price, and I showed them the Massachusetts government website that says that they have to honor the price that's listed in the sign.
Yeah.
His voice sounds exactly as I imagined it would. Oh, I love the dispatcher. He's just sitting there. He's like, listen to this. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is a fucking. You gotta. Yeah. Like, play that part again. The guy's reaction. Like, imagine getting this call. You're the fucking police. You're like used to serious police calls, and this guy's like, I'm at Target, and they're not honoring the price. Notice he doesn't say what the price is. A penny. He leaves that part out.
Can't honor the price, and I showed them the Massachusetts government website that says that they have to honor the price that's listed in the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, if they're not
the guy's just sitting there. He's like, he goes, yeah. He's like waiting for David Levitt. Like, get to the criminal part. Get to the part where I'm supposed to give a shit. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that we're going to be able to do. If they don't want to honor it, you'd have to probably go to the Better Business Bureau or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It says it on the Massachusetts.gov website.
Oh, you didn't mention that part. It says it on the Massachusetts Oh, now the police are going to give a shit. Like, what did he... He is fucking insane. He's absolutely insane.
That they have to honor, that it's the state law that they have to honor the price listed on the sign.
Okay. All right, we'll send an officer.
Okay, we'll send an officer. He's just like, whatever. It's fucking Swansea. What else are we going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an emergency, so there's no rush. I tried asking them multiple times to honor the price.
Okay. All right, we'll send someone over.
Oh, I love the hair. Great job, Laura, with that. That is a fantastic video. Fantastic. Unbelievable, though, huh, this guy? What a fucking loser. An absolute freaking loser. All right, so should we do a little freestyle? Before we do a little Q&A, let's do a little freestyle, shall we? Give me a minute. Oh, no, hold on. All right, hold on. Pause it. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Ashland mom, all up in the news, had to take a dump and she got confused, rumbling in the tummy, so she said fuck it, dropped trowel and left behind a ratchet McNugget. Some saying that it's cause she jogs, that she be dropping off a set of Lincoln Logs. Now she's saying that she didn't do nothing, someone put laxative in the McMuffin, got so heavy that they called in the trooper. to catch the most wanted serial pooper. Kylie Kirkpatrick knows that lying pays. All over the news, looking for the praise. Now this bitch is going on a junket. Crotch fruit even got to meet Jim Plunkett. Shady ass bitch, always whining about the haters. Wishes we were all as dumb as the Raiders. They saying this lying bitch to the Super Bowl. She should be the poster child for birth control. The jig is up and you ain't gonna scam me. People in Napa hope you stay in Miami. Aaron Hernandez had a prison bride. Missed the honeymoon cause he rather suicide. One day in jail he got sad and gray cause Kirk and Jerry said he liked butt play. When he was out he had an artillery. Ended up like he had info on Hillary. His high school friend is looking for clout. Talking about playing with Aaron's trouser trout. He wants attention so bad he is begging. Bitch, you ain't the first to give Hernandez a pegging. Your whole backstory has a bad stench. Hard to throw a touchdown when you're riding on the bench. If you see a pube stash, you better hide your daughters, or they might end up with scum like Rian Waters. Hasn't paid a dime in child support. Too busy getting reeled by me in court. I spanked him 3 times with the Bill of Rights. Now we fucking with Bristol, but that bitch bites. He's not used to women who like to fight back. Your filthy ass mother smoked too much crack. Only good thing here that makes me happy is your daughter's gonna call another dude daddy. Keep it real. How we doing now? How'd that go over? Any fire emojis? Yeah. All right. Love the freestyle. Top 5 for sure. All right. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I would say it's like middle of the road for my freestyle. I can do better than that. I'll come better next week. I promise. I thought that was okay. Okay. Oh, best one yet, people are saying. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Fire, man. I guess I was being humble. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. You guys like that? I'm surprised. I've liked the other ones more, but yeah. All the individual freestyles are on the TB subreddit. Yeah, Laura does a great job with the subreddit. She made that video, by the way, of the David Levitt. So, hope you guys like that. And why don't we do a little Ask Turtle to end the night? Suzette says, "Are you ready for this? Tim Washington now works for Facebook as a diversity inclusion man." You have to be fucking kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Get out of here. Oh, the last line. Oh, the part about the daddy. I mean, it's true. That is one thing that brings me joy about Rian Waters is his daughter will never know who he is, and Samantha is now with a real man, and the child is probably going to call him dad eventually. I'm guessing. So that's gotta hurt. Opinion on Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. Obviously, Joe Rogan's as middle of the road as you get. He'll platform anyone. He'll have anybody on his program, as long as they're famous. And he said he liked Bernie. He's going to vote for Bernie in the primary. I've heard he also liked Tulsi too. But, he says he likes Bernie. And this has, oh my God, Bernie obviously took that endorsement and played it on his Twitter because Joe Rogan's a big fucking name. He's the biggest name in podcasting. And all the social justice warriors are losing their mind. He's racist, transphobic, blah, 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 blah. Because he's in the UFC and he doesn't think people with penises should be able to beat up women in UFC. So that makes him transphobic. And all these idiots, I mean, it just shows you. I've said it before, I said it again. The Bernie bros are the worst the left has to offer. There's a reason these people are all mad about it. Right? Because they're fucking stupid and they don't know how to win elections. Like you don't win elections by just having the crazy people all together. You win elections by appealing to a broad audience. And Joe Rogan has a huge fucking audience. You can convince people to vote for Bernie. And it's looking more and more now like Bernie is going to be the nominee. Bernie's going to win Iowa. And he's going to win New Hampshire. And then Joe's going to win South Carolina. And at that point, it's going to be a 2-man race. Elizabeth Warren's going to drop out. Buttigieg is going to drop out because they haven't won anything. They're going to have to drop out. And Bloomberg will stick around because he's got the money. It's going to be down to those 3. Maybe Klobuchar will pull a Kasich and stick around a little longer than she needs to. Who knows? But it's basically going to be those ones. No updates on Lorraine, and no, I don't know much on her. Let's see. Any other questions? What's online for tomorrow night? The Bristol show is online for tomorrow night. I hope she talks about the Rian Waters thing. She doesn't want to repeat it, but I think you guys should talk her into it, and she'll get going. She's going to talk about Bucket Boy, a couple other things, I'm sure. Chiefs or 49ers? No question, man. Niners, baby. How are we not all rooting for the 49ers, right? They have Jimmy fucking G. That's our guy. That's our bait. We made Jimmy G. We gave him away for nothing because Bill Belichick threw a temper tantrum, basically, and we got a second-round pick for him. That's it. He's worth a lot more than that. And more than anything, you can't let Pat Mahomes' girlfriend have the victory. You can't do it. Can't do it. If he dumped her, I might feel differently. But of course I want the Niners to win. The Niners should have won the Super Bowl when Colin Kaepernick was back before you. He was an activist. They should have won that year. Fucking Ravens beat them. I hate the Ravens. So of course I'm rooting for them. Come on, Niners. Come on. Any news on the Cali result? Yes, I won. I came back. It was one of the greatest comebacks in Twitter poll history. I was losing like 41-33 with like 2 hours to go, and then you all rushed and got your ballots in there, and we won 39-36%. So great job, Tortoritis. Well, next court case in Springfield. Well, Bristol's up next if she gets served with it. So I don't know when the next time I'll be there for that is. What was with the voting thing about the Jerry show? Glad you eked our rim. Or what does it mean? It was just like a poll to see who was the best just to get people talking about it. I mean, do you guys listen to the Callahan show when I'm on? I hope so, because I love doing that. I love being the number 2 on there. I talk about things on there that I don't talk about on Turtle Boy, sports, politics, stuff like that, which I love talking about. Oh, thank you very much, Meredith. I appreciate that. For Unc to do a freestyle shirtless. Why do you guys all want to see me out? It's not that pretty, me without a shirt, I'm telling you. I don't like lift or anything like that anymore. I could lose some weight, not going to lie. I don't know, you guys want to see my titties? I don't get it. What's going on with the TV party? It was postponed. Hopefully it's going to be rescheduled to April. There's just issues, I guess. It fell apart. What do you do for Super Bowl? We do a great Super Bowl party. We go to my buddy's house in Holden, and let me tell you, like we start drinking at 9, 10 in the morning usually when the Patriots play. Probably be noon or 1. We get it fully catered. Last year we did smokestack barbecue. We're doing Italian this year. It's gonna suck the Patriots aren't in it, but I gamble a fucking lot, man. I do so many prop bets. I just have a great fucking time. The Super Bowl is the greatest day for men. It is the day for us. It is our fucking day. I don't need Father's Day. I just need Super Bowl Sunday. Just give me Super Bowl Sunday. That's all I want. I want a full day to just get shit-faced and, watch football and gamble and have a great fucking time. That's America, baby. That's America. Yoga Poon get dismissed yet? No, they have. We have to go and have a hearing for that. They've opposed our motion for summary judgment. We'll see what happens with that. URL for Bristol, you're on it, dude. It's on this page, buddy. You see the update on the girl from Springfield. Horrible. Yes, the man is now being charged with sexual assault. It's horrible. Animal. Just put him down. Just end him. Just somebody kill him in prison, please. I mean, that explains why he was still in Springfield after all those hours. Because he was sexually assaulting her. Oh. Animal. You have to be a fucking animal to do something like that. Jesus. That girl, I mean, her life is ruined. Her life is ruined. If she was just kidnapped and drove around for a few hours, it's traumatizing, but she would eventually get over that, You don't ever get over being sexually assaulted as an 11-year-old, ever. You can't. It's impossible physically to get over that. Her life is ruined. For the rest of her life, she'll be emotionally damaged now. She'll never be able to trust men. It will be hard for her to have relationships moving forward. Everything. She had a great future. And this animal ruined it. Ruined it so he could get off. I mean, fucking animal. Don't tell me about mental illness. Fuck that. Fuck him. I don't care about his fucking mental. You're mentally ill? Okay, that sucks. Well, you're still going to fucking put you down. When a coyote gets rabies, we still fucking put it down, don't we? We don't say, oh, he's got a mental illness. He's got rabies. Fuck that. Fuck him. I don't give a this fucking mental illness. I hope he fucking dies. Any other questions? First of all, it really says Patriots fans desperate for a connection because they're confused when they aren't relevant this time of year. First of all, we are relevant. Unlike the New York Giants, we are relevant. We still went 12-4 this year and made the playoffs, so we are somewhat relevant. And yeah, we're gonna have to get used to like life where we're not in the Super Bowl every year. It's gonna be an adjustment period, but we'll get fucking used to it. Now we'll know how poor people live, basically. Like we've been living the life of luxury, and now we're gonna slum it for a little bit. But we'll be back. Because we're the Patriots, baby. People are going to want to come here. We've kind of like, the Brady era has turned us into like kind of like the Yankees, like, or the Lakers, if you will. Like, no matter how bad the Lakers get, they're still the fucking Lakers. No matter how bad the Yankees get, they're still the Yankees. People will still want to go to them in the future just because we're always now going to carry that aura and that mystique with us, and that will be attractive to players. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Believe me, the Patriots will be back. We'll be back. Is Eli in the Hall of Fame? I guess, because he won 2 Super Bowls. I don't know what the qualification standards are for the Football Hall of Fame as much as the, because he had 2 great games. I mean, he had 2 great runs. And that's really all he did in his career. Of the 3 quarterbacks in that draft, Eli, Rivers, and Roethlisberger, I mean, he was the worst of the 3, and he was picked first. But he won 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots, so you can't take that away from him. I guess he's a Hall of Famer, I guess. All right, any other questions you guys have? I'm trying to catch up with the questions. I've been donating for a year now for a shirtless live. Okay, maybe. Any other questions? Let's see. Super Bowl is for the boys. You said the same about the World Series. What did I say about the World Series? I don't remember saying anything about it. How often do you smoke pot? I smoke pot pretty much every night. Like, very rarely is there a night I don't smoke pot. I like pot. I have a great relationship with pot. I probably shouldn't, though, because I eat too much when I get high. I'm like I can't smoke during the day because I'm useless. But I just eat for no fucking reason. And I eat at the worst times, like at night. It's fucking... I try to work out every fucking day. And it's just... I fucking eat so much at night. It's terrible because I get high. If I didn't smoke, I probably wouldn't eat as much. But that's me and my relationship with weed. Suzanne says she will get over it. She will have relationships. I know. I mean, but it fucks with you for life. I mean, think about this. When I think of that bitch, Christine Blasey Ford, and what she tried to do to Kavanaugh, she tried to pretend like 36 years later, she was still traumatized by an alleged dry humping that happened to her in high school. Okay? And she's still traumatized by it. If that's true, if we're to believe that's true, which it's probably not, right? Think of what the 11-year-old is going to be like in 36 years. So just think about that. Definitely, I mean, it affects people differently, but she'll never be the same again. It's possible for her to overcome. No, she does. I mean, that's true. She does have the... It's going to be hard, though, man. It's going to be hard. Other questions? I love the buff chicken dip with ranch. No, it's very good. I make a nice one. Just trying to catch up with the questions here. Any other questions? It's a gateway drug. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't do any. I've messed around with other drugs before. Like, let's see. I've done coke before. I'm not gonna lie. I've done in college. Everyone was doing cocaine, but I wasn't like a cokehead. Like if it was around, and I never paid a dime for it. That's for damn sure. And I was always scared of coke because I was always worried. I had one of my college roommates died from a drug overdose in college, and like after that, it was like I never put anything in my nose after that because everybody was into fucking sniffing pills. I never did OCs. My house in college, my fraternity, everybody in my fraternity was addicted to opiates before it was cool. Like half of my fucking house was just addicted to OCs. They were a bunch of fucking zombies. They never got into heroin because they had money still, like from their parents and stuff like that, and they would just fucking spend it all on OCs. So I saw them doing it. I'm like, that ain't gonna be me. Fuck no. I've done that. I did mushrooms once my sophomore year, my first day of sophomore year at UMass. Oh my fucking God, never again will I ever do mushrooms. I don't know if we had a bad batch, since people are telling me, but there was 3 of us, me and my roommate and my friend Suzanne, actually, from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We decided to do mushrooms, and we were hanging out, and like the first hour you feel really drunk, almost with mushrooms, and then you're just like, fucking, it lasts so long. It lasts so fucking long, the trip that you have. And I just wanted it to end. And I couldn't be around the 2 people I was doing it with anymore. We had to go our separate ways. And I was talking about like fucking, I'm like, it's never going to end. I have to kill myself and shit like that. I wasn't really going to kill myself, but I was talking about it. Because I'm like, it's never going to fucking end, man. It's never going to fucking end. Never again will I do mushrooms, ever. I've done that. I don't know if I've done, oh, you know what else I did in college once? I date raped myself. I took the date rape drug. That's gonna get clipped. Somebody on my floor was selling liquid GHB, and it was like $5 a shot. And he's like, dude, and I'm in college. I'm trying to save money, and it's like just $5. Take a shot of liquid G. Okay, took a shot, dude. What a night that was. I mean, me and my roommate again. We're in Patterson dormitory. We're sitting in there, and we kept fucking passing out. Like I'm sitting on the futon there, pre-gaming. Everybody's gonna go out. I'm plastered off of this one shot of the date rape drug, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm just talking, and then I kept fucking passing out mid-sentence, and my buddy too. So like we had to get babysat all night. They were talking about calling poison control on us and shit like that. So I've done obviously pot, a little coke here and there, mushrooms, liquid G. I never did ecstasy. Other people did ecstasy, but I'm not into clubbing and stuff like that. So I never had any desire to do ecstasy. Never done heroin, obviously. I never done OCs or anything like that. Percocets and shit. I don't know if that counts. But yeah, that's my history with drugs, kids. That's my history with drugs. There you go. No. I know you were kidding, Christine. I was just Christina. Sorry, I was just looking to talk about something, to open up with you people, to give you guys content that no one else gets. Did you lose to Rima today? No, I beat Rima today. Yeah, heroin doesn't look fun. That's a great point, Cherokee. When you look at other people that are high, you're like, people who are on ecstasy look like they're having fucking fun, man. They look like they're having a good time. People on coke, they kind of look like they're having a good time too. People on heroin look miserable. They look possessed by the devil. Like why? And they are embarrassed themselves. Why? I don't get the appeal of heroin. Like why anybody would want to get high on heroin. It's fucking strange. Yeah, meth don't look fun either. I'm on acid right now. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. And heroin's also one of those things that, like, you don't just try it once, It's not like I could try the date rape drug. I could try mushrooms once. Heroin, and be like, yeah, give it a shot. Let's get fucked up on heroin tonight. Nah, when you do that, you got an addiction. Any other questions you guys have before we call it a night? Last minute questions. Then we'll wrap up another successful show. Nah, mescaline, never even heard of it. Those are my drugs. Yeah, no one ever but like, hey, dude, got fucking some heroin in my backpack. You guys want to try some? Doesn't happen, you know? Can't we all agree that stimulants are that? Exactly. You find the guy with the Adderall prescription, you have a great night. That's it. You find your fucking fucked up friend with ADHD and you're good. Adderall, I have a prescription of Adderall. So I take Adderall every day. And it's, I don't know if that counts as a drug. I mean, I have a prescription for it. So that doesn't count as a drug, you know? All right, any other last minute questions before we call it a night here? Video of Matt Maney at DH. I mean, dude, that video was like over a year ago. You keep asking about Matt Maney. I don't give a shit about him right now. He's got nothing to do with the topics on the agenda today. What else? All right, so I guess that's it, and we will see you all on Tuesday. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night, too, for the Bristol show, all right? Peace, Turtle Riders.